from Kyokan team, and in this video we are going to talk about our latest WordPress theme, which is fully maximized for Gutenberg, and it's called GutenBooster. It's totally free. Go grab it because it's awesome. And without further ado, let's get started and start with installing the theme. I wonder if I search themes in here, GutenBooster. No. Yeah, it's right here. Let's install. Done. And we go back. Let's go back to themes and activate GutenBooster. Now once we activate, the theme suggests us two plugins. One of them is GutenBooster add-ons. Now GutenBooster add-ons is the settings package for your pages and posts. So if you apply any settings or options in the customizer, then you can override those settings for each page and post, but you need this plugin. And the next one is, of course, our famous Kyokan blocks, the page builder utility for Gutenberg. So let's go with activating plugins. Cool. So after activating Kyokan block, it's going to ask me for some telemetry consent. I'll just skip it for now. And let's go back to our themes and go ahead with customize and see what we have in there. So the default setup of GutenBooster is a header, a two column layout with sidebar, and there is a big area called page banner. Now page banner can be used as a hero area for your site, and you can either globally change settings for it here or also override the settings for each page or post if you have the GutenBooster add-ons plugin installed. So let's start with changing our logo. Now we can upload two types of logos in here, the one being dark and one being light. Light logo can be used for transparent background pages, which is needed when you have a dark background and you have light text in the light header, and you would need that light logo as well. So I'm going to choose one dark for default logo and one light. We'll see the usage of that short enough. Next up, the layout. Now for that I'm going to go to a sample page in here. Now if you are familiar with Gutenberg, the Gutenberg based themes using a centered layout with a limited width, and when you have a block that is full width or wide width, it is wider than the content in here. But with GutenBooster you can set what width this content will have from the single page post and page layout settings. For example, let's set it to 180 pixels. So any change I apply in here, meaning colors, typography, layout settings, font sizes, will also be directly reflected in the editor as well. So if I go to this page, and since I've set 1080 pixels, so if I go to edit page, I will also see that my content is 180 pixels in the editor as well. And if I change it to something smaller, let's say 600 pixels maybe, and change up in here and refresh in here, boom. And see, we have a link in here, and it's in blue because every link in the theme by default is set as blue. And if I wanted to change that, I would go to theme colors and go to main colors and click on override the theme colors. And while there are a lot of colors in here, the only ones that matter are the first three. The optional ones are your palette colors. So if you want to set up a palette for globally for your site, to both use in here and in your editor palette as well. So if I change the colors in here in the palette and the accent colors, it will also be updated in your editor as well. So let's say I want purple color for all links. Cool, it is updated. If I refresh my page, it is also updated in the editor as well. And if I check out the colors in here, so our main accent color is now purple instead of blue. And let's maybe change that blue to orange and publish. So we would be seeing orange instead of blue in here, and boom. Okay, so next up is the typography settings. So anytime I change my typography in here globally in the customizer, which is applied in here, and maybe even change the font size a bit, increase line height, and change the headings as well. I like really Baskerville. Good. And make it bold. Okay, so we have bold headings in here. And when we refresh our page, so we will no longer be seeing a serif font but Libre Baskerville. And that also applies to in the front end and back end as well. So as you can see, every setting I make in the customizer both perfectly reflected in the Gutenberg editor and the front end as well. So they're almost identical to matching a fully WYSIWYG experience. And let's go back to page banner. Now, page banner is something that you can use globally or turn it on or off for specific pages and posts as well, or change the setting for blog posts or pages as well. So let's try an image for the page banner. So the page banner works like this. When you have a featured image for your post or page, it will automatically choose that image for your page or post. But otherwise, it will always be the photo or image that you choose for your page banner. And in the setting, let's change the opacity a bit. Maybe even change the background color to black, and even height. Let's keep this maybe 75. The VH value means the window height. So if you set it to 100, it will be full screen. Let's keep it at 70%. And while we're at it, maybe we want to make our header overlaying on the content in here. And to do so, we would need to go to header layout and choose header background to transparent. Now since the links are black, we are no longer be able to see clearly, but if we change the colors to white, then our logo will also be pulled from the white logo that we've just uploaded, and maybe even change the top and bottom padding. Okay, that's good. And publish. Great. So let's say I want to change the background of the sample page in here, because in all pages the settings are the same since we applied it in the customizer. But if I want to change the background in here, I would just go to edit page again and set a featured image. Maybe this guy. And that's it. And maybe I want to make this page banner full screen for this page only. For that, I would go to page options in here, which you need the GutenBooster add-ons to do that. And go to page banner settings and go to override page banner defaults. Maybe choose some like this, and image opacity 2, and height 100 pixel, 100 full screen. Cool. Maybe make it a little darker. Nice. And this is, by the way, by no means using any type of custom styles or meta boxes. The GutenBooster add-ons only uses the Gutenberg as a resource. So as you can see, the components in here are all the same with the Gutenberg as well, making this whole plugin 7 kilobytes in size, which means super fast editing experience. Your editor will load super fast without any extra resources loaded, while also maintaining your custom options for your pages and posts as well. So the next best thing after GutenBooster is, of course, the Kyokan elements, the Kyokan blocks. And Kyokan blocks is a suite of page building tools and utilities for your Gutenberg editor, and it comes with a lot of blocks that are beautiful and easy to use while also super advanced. And check out our other videos about Kyokan blocks. And this is it for GutenBooster for now, and we will keep adding more videos and tutorials on how to even further customize your theme and do advanced stuff with Kyokan blocks and GutenBooster. And I hope you enjoyed it so far. See you next time.